Greetings in Jesus' precious name. I want to speak to you about disillusionment. Are you feeling a bit down in the dumps today? Are you feeling a bit like somebody's let you down? Maybe your husband, maybe your wife, maybe your parents, maybe the boss at work. And you say, "Oh, Angus, I'm feeling like that." Why are you feeling like that? Could it be that you've been putting your trust in them and not in God? You see, where you put your expectation is where you're going to get your response. So if you've been putting your expectation on your husband because you're newly married and now he's not coming up to scratch, so you think, or vice versa, you've been putting your expectation on your wife and she's just not delivering the goods, as it were, it's not really fair. You're expecting too much from them. They are ordinary human beings, just like me and like you. We need to put our expectation on the Lord. If we look at Psalm 62 and verse 5, the Word of God says, "My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation comes from Him alone." When we put our expectation on the Lord, He never disappoints us. But when we put our expectation on our spouse or on our children or our employment or our farm or our vision and it doesn't come to fruition, we get disillusioned. Now, Jesus knew that. Jesus knew that. He actually says, if you look at the Gospel of John, chapter 2, and just two verses, verse 24 and 25, this is what the Word of God says. "But Jesus did not commit Himself to them because He knew all men." Verse 25, "And had no need that anyone should testify of man, for He knew what was in man." In other words, the Lord didn't share personal things with people because He knew that He would be disappointed. So what did He do? He went to the closet, and He shared His heart with His Father. Often the disciples would be looking for Jesus, and they would say, "Where is He?" Only to find that He was up the mountain talking to the Lord, talking to His Father. I want to encourage you to do the same. Not to say that you must have no trust in your fellow man. Of course we trust in him. But we need to understand that there are only limitations to humans. We can only do so much. You know, I lost my little nephew many, many years ago, probably one of the biggest physical tests of my whole life. He fell off the tractor that I was driving, and the tractor drove over him and crushed him. And he died in my arms on the way to hospital. My dear wife tried to comfort me as much as she could. She would lie awake at night knowing that I couldn't sleep, and up until maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. And eventually, she couldn't keep awake anymore, and she would just collapse into an exhausted sleep. But I was wide awake. I could not sleep. And at 4 o'clock, like still happens even now, the alarm clock would go off. And I would run up to my quiet time room, which is just, it used to be in the workshop in those days. And every morning, I'd open the Word of God, and the Lord would not disappoint me. He would not make me disillusioned. Every day, there would be a word from God. Be strong, because I am with you. Be strong in the Lord. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Stand, for the battle is mine. And that would give me strength. And slowly but surely, I got stronger and stronger and stronger. And God has completely restored me. Obviously, I still miss my nephew, and I'm looking forward to seeing him in heaven one day. But my wife couldn't fill that big gaping hole that was in my heart, because she's only a human. I want to say the same to you. Don't put unnecessary pressure on your loved ones. Goodbye.
We trust that you have been blessed by today's message. For more information, please visit angusbuchan.com.